This Conor McGregor fight in July is going to be fucking bananas. It's going to be bananas. I mean, people are going to go crazy for the return of Conor McGregor because he's a giant personality.
But don't expect the same thing.
How could
you just can't.
He hasn't fought in 5 years,
That's
right?
exactly it.
It's been 5 years.
But that's the problem.
It might be more.
Because they're going to all expect that.
I think it is a little over 5. It's almost 6, I think.
It might be 6 at the time of the fight.
It might be.
I think it's
July. 5. I think it's 5 right now.
Are we expecting to see a Conor that looked like Nate this last fight? Or are we expecting to see a better Conor than someone that looked like Nate? Because Nate did not look good.
No, but Mike Perry did.
And
Mike Perry looked like a fucking murderer.
You know what I mean? Like
Mike Perry is a murderer.
He's a murderer.
And this is
such a savage.
You take a look at that, and when you're taking an older fighter, which Nate is now, and you're
21. You're 5 fucking years ago, July. So it literally will be 6 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when you're
it'll be 5 years. It'll be 5 years.
When you're taking a younger fighter and putting them against the old dog, it normally doesn't end well for the old dog.
Well, the thing is about Max Holloway is like Max Holloway isn't that much younger than Conor.
He's not.
But the thing is, Max has been in constant high-level competition the entire time. Won the BMF fight, beat Dustin, like constant high-level competition.
That's right.
It's a different thing.
And I honestly believe him at 155 is the best thing for him.
Absolutely.
But he's not 155 in this fight.
This is 170.
But honestly, he might even be better.
No weight cutting at all.
Just no weight cut, just kind of walk around.
And also, knowing this is such a high-profile fight. Someone said recently that I think if the Conor McGregor who beat Eddie Alvarez faced Khabib, it would have been a completely different fight.
I probably said that.
I don't remember who it was, but I listened to that and I said, you know what? I think that's true.
How do you solve that?
I think he was a different guy. But I think he was a different guy. He was a fucking animal.
Space management.
I think it was Castro that said that.
Yeah, but you're wrestling.
Fucking around. That's coach.
Khabib's wrestling doesn't care about that. I mean, once he closed distance, it'd be a problem for Conor.
Oh, it's always going to be a problem, but Conor was so fucking good on his feet back then.
So good. Yeah. So elusive, too.
So wild to see. Like, it's like when Conor knocked out Jose Aldo. You ever see that shit?
Yeah.
Where he was practicing that. He was like, no doubt.
But he was better than Conor overall. Because his wrestling
His career was certainly better than Conor's.
Way better.
But the thing about Conor is, in that first round particularly, he's so explosive and so quick.
Timing, too.
Yes.
He comes in with the timing on fucking, like, dialed right in.
And that touch of death. He's got these big-ass hands, and he just fucking launches them at people. In that first round, he's one of the most dangerous guys alive.
For sure.
He's so good. And it's just, I wonder how he's going to come back with that leg break. Here it is. Here's him practicing. Like, he's doing like how Aldo moves, and then he's doing how he moves. Bam! That's it.
It reflects both his drawing power and the UFC's reliance on proven pay-per-view figures during major events. Even after a prolonged absence, McGregor remains one of the few fighters capable of generating mainstream interest beyond the core MMA audience. From a competitive standpoint, the conversation around opponents highlights the UFC's balancing act between risk, entertainment, and legitimacy. Max Holloway has emerged as the leading candidate. A rematch between the two carries narrative value because their first encounter took place in 2013, when both fighters were at early stages of their careers. Since then, Holloway has developed into one of the most technically refined strikers in the sport, while McGregor reached peak global fame before stepping away from consistent competition.
After so many years out of the octagon, it is clear that Conor McGregor is totally focused and ready to face the big challenge against Max Holloway. Pressure is huge since everybody wants to see if McGregor is really himself again after those years out of combat sports. Whether in gym training sessions or during tough sparring practices, it is evident that McGregor is willing to show the world that he is still the best.
Most people would consider Max Holloway a better striker and more durable than Charles Oliveira, but it did not look that way in that fight. And now I look at this matchup and I'm like, is Max really that much better than Conor McGregor? Can he really avoid getting stunned at some point in 2 rounds when it's happened to him in every single fucking fight for the past 2 years? Is it actually ridiculous to say Conor McGregor, with his specific skill set and the fact that, let's be fucking real here, Max Holloway's not going to go out there and chase takedowns against Conor McGregor? if anyone's going to get a takedown, it's more likely to be Conor McGregor based on their first fight. I don't really want to go there, but that is something you could mention, right? So let's look at this match realistically, right? Conor McGregor, what are his weaknesses? Calf kicks. When have we ever seen Max Holloway sting somebody, you break them down with calf kicks? He's a lot more likely to throw body kicks and oblique kicks and head kicks, right? So take that away from the McGregor loss to Poirier that people will bring up, right? And even then, that third fight, that's not a loss. That's an injury. Okay, Poirier was winning the first round. We have no fucking idea what would have happened if he didn't break his leg. We don't actually know. Poirier probably would have won, but I could easily say the same thing about Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall, but we don't actually know, right? So I don't want to go there, right? I'm just talking about this matchup, right? Conor McGregor, better striker than Max Holloway, more power, more suited to be 170.
And we all expect Conor to come back. The same Conor that knocked out Jose Aldo. Boom. That's just a different Conor. That Conor was in it. That Conor was living it. He was training every day, trying to improve his mobility, trying to improve his speed, trying to improve everything. This is a different Conor. Max Holloway still training. We're going to see a vintage Max Holloway. I don't know if we're going to see a vintage Conor McGregor.
Just like other commentators in the UFC, Joe Rogan had quite a few things to say about Conor McGregor's return to action. For instance, he noted that there are not too many fighters in the history of the sport who have managed to attract attention from those who do not really follow the sport. He claims that the anticipation before a Conor fight is of a totally different magnitude compared to most other fights due to his personality and the fact that he is capable of attracting so much attention outside of the hardcore MMA followers. In fact, he called McGregor's return bananas, showing us just how much people expect from him despite his extended period away from action.
It's all good for everybody. It's good for the sport. It's great for the sport. It's like, that's what we need. We need more competition, more eyeballs on it. And unfortunately for the the people that are casuals, it has to be a name. It has to, like, this Conor McGregor fight in July is going to be fucking bananas. It's going to be bananas. I mean, people are going to go crazy for the return of Conor McGregor because he's a giant personality.
But don't expect the same thing.
How could
you
it
just
be?
can't.
He hasn't fought in 5 years,
That's
right?
exactly it.
It's been 5 years.
But that's the problem.
It might be more.
Because they're going to all expect that.
I think it is a little over 5. It's almost 6, I think.
It might be 6 at the time of the fight.
It might be. I think it's 5. I think it's 5 right now.
Rogan was impressed by how well prepared McGregor seemed to be before going against Jose Aldo. Rogan talked about video clips where Conor copied Aldo's techniques and drilled himself using the same left hand that would ultimately finish him off. Moreover, Rogan complimented McGregor for his offensive skills, noting that in the very first round, particularly, he was one of the deadliest opponents to ever live. This was because of the amazing speed and accuracy of his punches.
So wild to see, like, it's like when Conor knocked out Jose Aldo. You ever see that shit?
Yeah.
Where he was practicing that? He was like mimicking Aldo, and then he's practicing, like, just launching that left hand when he moves in.
Yeah, and then...
And the same thing, got him out of character, got him fucked up and flustered, got him angry. Nobody had disrespected Aldo before that. Everyone was terrified of Aldo.
I still think one of the greatest 145.
One of the greatest of all time. I mean, Conor got him. Conor got him, no doubt.
But he was better than Conor overall. Because his wrestling
his career was certainly better than Conor's.
Way better.
But the thing about Conor is, in that first round particularly, he's so explosive and so quick.
Timing too.
Yes.
He comes in with the timing on fucking like dialed right in.
And that touch of death. He's got these big ass hands and he just fucking launches them at people. In that first round, he's one of the most dangerous guys alive.
For sure.
He's so good. And it's just, I wonder how he's going to come back with that leg break. Here it is. Here's him practicing. Like, he's doing like how Aldo moves, and then he's doing how he moves. Bam! That's it.
One more topic that Rogan touched upon while sharing some interesting facts about why Conor was such a good fighter, particularly regarding the steps he needed to make in order to lose some weight for the featherweight division at 145 pounds, was Conor's dominance in the featherweight division. According to Rogan's comments referring to the videos where McGregor's weigh-ins were recorded, McGregor always looked exhausted prior to his fight, which means that it was really difficult for him to make the required weight. However, notwithstanding all the difficulties, Conor still managed to show an excellent performance in the octagon due to his outstanding size, power, and accuracy.
I heard he would have the massive weight cuts too at 45.
Oh my God, he looked like death. Yeah. He was one of those guys when I would see him, that was the real weigh-ins. That wasn't the weigh-ins where guys were a ceremonial weigh-in, where they weighed in at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, look at him at weigh-in. And that motherfucker looks like he's on death's door.
Yeah.
And all that flexing and craziness, like, your body is like, you could cramp up real bad at that point.
It's happened to me numerous times. You flex a little too hard after the weight cut.
Yeah, look at the difference. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, he's gaining a solid 20+ pounds of water. So, like, just the amount of mental strength it took to get down to that 145, it was crazy. But at 145, he's so fucking big.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like there's a giant benefit to it, but man, the cost on your kidneys and your organs and
the chin.
And the chin.
The
yeah.
reflexes.
Oh, your head, you're just fucking but that was the IV days though too.
Yeah.
You could rehydrate.
4 banana bags to the face, you're fine the next day.
A major part of Bedtime MMA's prediction focused on stylistic advantages against Max Holloway. Bedtime MMA argued that Holloway's high-volume striking style and tendency to engage in combinations could play directly into McGregor's counter-striking strengths. He specifically pointed out Conor's straight left, uppercuts, and body kicks as weapons that could disrupt Max's rhythm. According to him, Holloway often moves forward in straight lines during exchanges, which creates openings for clean counter shots from McGregor, especially in the early rounds when reactions are fastest. He made his last prediction pretty clear by saying that McGregor is most dangerous in the first 8 to 10 minutes of the fight, where his speed, timing, and counter-striking are at their peak. While he admitted Holloway likely becomes more effective in the later rounds due to pace and cardio, he believes the early phase is where the fight will be decided. According to him, if McGregor lands clean even once in that window, it could lead to a knockdown or knockout and completely shift the outcome of the fight in Conor's favor. As a way to start the discussion, Ariel Helwani reminded the audience that for weeks now, he had predicted the fight would be between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. The analyst seemed very sure that the match was going to take place and gave reasons as to why this was the case. According to Ariel, the fight was bringing back the most talked about names in the fighting arena in what can be described as a rematch of 2013. In addition, it brought back the rivalry between the two athletes. In regard to McGregor, Ariel seemed to be quite positive regarding the comeback of the previous champion. First of all, he noted that it is good news for the sport and that the fans have waited for a long time for his return. Besides, Ariel stated that McGregor seems to be motivated and that he did what was necessary to become ready to fight once again. At the same time, he stressed that there were many uncertainties because of the long break. Tim Welch compares both fighters' recent activity and momentum, stressing how active Holloway has been in elite matchups. He lists Holloway's recent opponents and performances, including wins and losses against top competition, highlighting how consistently he's been fighting compared to McGregor's inactivity. The key point he pushes here is activity versus ring rust. Holloway has stayed in the fire, fighting top contenders and staying sharp while McGregor has been away for years. Welch also expresses excitement about seeing McGregor back, but quickly shifts into concern, questioning whether that long break will seriously affect his timing and durability. Welch brings in betting odds and early fight hype, noting Holloway as a heavy favorite while McGregor sits as the underdog. He mentions McGregor already talking trash, including his "I'm going to sun you" type of comments, while Holloway responds confidently, refusing to be disrespected. The discussion shifts into the fact that this fight is scheduled at 170 pounds, which Welch sees as a major factor. He questions McGregor coming off a 5-year layoff and immediately jumping into a 5-round main event against someone as durable and experienced as Holloway, suggesting this is not an ideal comeback scenario. Teddy Atlas explained why McGregor may still believe this is a winnable fight. He talked about the size difference and said Conor will probably be much bigger and physically stronger than Holloway at this weight. Atlas pointed out that Max has always been known more for toughness, skill, and striking ability rather than raw physical strength. He thinks McGregor may believe that having the extra size could help balance out the years of inactivity. However, there was one particular issue that Atlas kept returning to. What exactly does McGregor have left as a fighter? Yes, he conceded that Holloway is not exactly young either, but the point is that everybody knows how good Max is because he keeps himself active. In contrast, there is no one who knows anything about McGregor these days. The reason why Holloway should get the edge was the fact that he kept himself active, kept evolving and fighting top-notch guys. While acknowledging McGregor's legendary status, Atlas stressed the fact of his inactivity, his lifestyle off the cage, and doubts about his comeback. On the other hand, Holloway was presented as an active, successful fighter. No matter who people are picking in this fight, one thing is clear. This is one of the biggest comeback moments the UFC has seen in years. Conor McGregor still has the star power, confidence, and knockout ability that made him one of the biggest names in combat sports. But on the other side, Max Holloway has stayed active, sharp, and battle-tested against some of the toughest fighters in the world. That's what makes this matchup so interesting. Some people believe Conor can shock everyone one more time, while others think Max's pace, pressure, and experience over 5 rounds will simply be too much. Either way, the entire MMA world is going to be watching when these two finally step into the cage together. Let us know your opinions in the comments below. Who do you think wins this fight, and how does it end?